All right. There are four men being honored tonight, and they all deserve the honor. But if we're being honest with ourselves, there is one of their induction speeches that we're looking forward to hearing the most, and that is the speech of my friend Jeff G. Bailey. The reason you want to hear his speech is because it will be like the man himself, a combination of harsh truth, greatness, and the other things that make him a legend. Jeff has the courage to say that he hates things. And if he hates something, it is deserving of his hatred. He hates OSWA. They run shows a stone's throw away that have competed with shows in this building, tried to undercut them financially, and were started with the express purpose of trying to ruin the shows in the building. They feature managers who were mere announcers, or who were toothless fans in this very building, who embarrass us all by playing pro wrestling manager. We have all turned a blind eye and have grown accustomed to this. Others have forgiven this. Others have secretly and not so secretly helped that group along the way. But Jeff never forgot. And one of the things I love about him being inducted into this Hall of Fame that he richly deserves is that he now forever occupies our collective mind space, and he is now synonymous with the rich history of wrestling groups that have run in this place, the building itself, and the Georgia wrestling scene in general. He is eternal. He will forever be the malicious Jiminy Cricket on all of our shoulders if we dare to listen, and we are the better for it. Jeff is a legend. There are a couple of traits that he doesn't share with most legends, however. We never had to watch Jeff decline at the end of his career, or pretend that weak tail end ever happened. Jeff started off as all legends do, struggling to earn his place, enduring and suffering the bad times, fighting the good fight, making mistakes, but being all the better for it later on. Muhammad Ali was a tragedy to behold in his last fights in the ring. Michael Jordan had a run with the Wizards that we all pretend never happened. The great Magic Johnson was every bit as bad a coach and president as he was great a player. Even Ric Flair, who Jeff and I both love, has had moments that you wish never happened. But Jeff has remained great. Jeff has been every bit of legend in the last 20 plus years. The last significant thing he did in wrestling was to be in charge of Gunnar Miller. And Jeff showed he is the last true manager. He fought for Gunnar Miller's money. He fought for the spots and moments that Gunnar Miller was promised. He fought against groups that would use Gunnar Miller for their own benefit and give nothing in return. We will never see his like again, and that too is legendary. The truth is, in the ring and behind the scenes, Jeff was always the most interesting. All those legendary War Games promos in the ring, all those hours of showtime, all those hours and hundreds of television shows. And behind the scenes, he's trying to stab Rick Michaels with a pen. He's reducing Nemesis to ashes with his firebrand words. Anybody who had worked with him has a Jeff G. Bailey story of that time he yelled at them. Another thing they all share in common is, whatever he yelled at them for, he was right and they were better for it. The main legendary trait about Jeff is how the truth comes from him. We can see it, and if we're being honest with ourselves, we all know this. The nicer somebody's public persona is in wrestling, the more self-centered they really are. The more somebody publicly advocates for brotherhood and everybody working together, the more secretly insecure they really are. The more somebody constantly brags about being the best, the more that we know they really aren't. If Jeff calls you family, he means it. If Jeff is giving you a speech about how you need to have the most kick-ass show of all time, it's because he wants you to rise to his level so you can experience greatness for yourself, as he always has with himself. He was and is the best for so long that we have come to take it for granted. But for this night alone, he gets to have his moment. And it is a moment we are all dying to hear. So without any further ado, I give you the truth, the greatness, the legend, Jeff G. Bailey.